Hi everybody and welcome to Path of Peace. Thank you for joining me for another video. Today I have a beautiful program for you actually for the time that we spend together. First, we will do a short exercise to calm down the mind and connect with the body, and then you can choose from 3 spreads. You can choose based on the number 1, 2, or 3. You can choose based on the symbol of the animal that I placed on the top of every pile. So you can choose from dog, seal, or donkey. But let's start. Let's start with the exercise. And there are timestamps below the video, so you can choose whatever part of the program that I'm sharing with you, you can choose and go to the timestamps. So let's just start with the simple exercise to connect with ourselves and center our energy. Let's just start with connecting with the breath, just being aware of your breath in this moment. Maybe your breath is shallow, maybe your breath is deeper. Just allow it to be whatever it is. Allow your body to breathe itself. Breathing in and breathing out. And just allow yourself to come in this inner space. Allow yourself to take this inner peaceful refuge. And at this moment, you can let go of all triggers and to-do lists and maybe challenges that you have in your life. You can just gently place them aside. Allowing yourself to enter this much deeper space within, connecting with your body. And maybe you will notice that there is something sore or painful in your body. Or maybe you are experiencing even some kind of health project, some kind of health challenge. And without any story, without any further story, just allow yourself to bring that pain, bring that issue gently into your awareness. Just noticing it without any resentment or without trying to fix it. Just gently bringing it into your awareness. And maybe you will notice that there are places in your body that feel perfectly okay, comfortable, safe and sound. And bring these parts that are okay into your awareness as well, noticing them. And as we are connecting with our body, as you are connecting on a deeper level with your body, maybe you will suddenly recognize that your mind is becoming more still. Maybe you are suddenly more peaceful or aware. And just allow the breath to gently breathe your body and relax. And you can even smile, this inner smile and gentle smile on your face. You can smile on your body. You can smile on your cells and organs. And just saying, thank you, body. Thank you for allowing me to be in this world. Feeling this deep peace that is beyond conditioning. It is something like your inner refuge, this peaceful inner awareness. And just feel that in this inner spaciousness, you can connect with your natural goodness. You can recognize your natural goodness, your naturally peaceful mind, your naturally compassionate heart, and your naturally healthy, peaceful body. Just gently breathing in and breathing out. And you can even use this mantra as you walk through your day later on when we finish this exercise, to bring back this inner peaceful awareness and connection. You can use this very simple mantra: peaceful heart, peaceful mind, peaceful mind, loving heart, healthy body, peaceful mind, loving heart, healthy body. And just allow yourself to connect really deeply with this inner deep peace. And then you can bring yourself gently back. If you possibly closed your eyes at the beginning of this simple exercise, you can open them up. And you can look around and just feel deeply connected with your body and with the space that you are in. Thank you for joining me in this simple relaxation. And if you would like to continue staying with me, then I will go ahead and I will do the readings for pile number 1. You can choose the symbol of the dog, the symbol of the seal, or the symbol of the donkey. And there will be a healing story or guidance or whatever that will show up. So I will go ahead and start with group number 1. So for those of you who chose the symbol of the dog, so you have a symbol of the dog. Oh, let me organize these cards a little bit. Okay, so we have the symbol of the dog. Then we have vast vistas, expand your horizons. There is interesting vibe coming with this. It almost feels like I will be pulling some more cards from the tarot, but what I feel from from this beautiful combination, it almost feels like the theme of friendship, that maybe you are invited in this moment in your life, maybe you are invited to connect with your friends or become a good friend to somebody. Because dog is a beautiful symbol of loyalty, of friendship, of this beautiful unconditional love. So maybe you are invited to connect on a deeper level with this really joyful energy of love, friendship, or connection with your family. Or maybe you can be a good friend to somebody, that you are at the position in that you can be a good friend to somebody. I will read the mantras on the other side of the card. You are a loyal and true friend, willing to be there for others when they are in need. You have a big heart and a lot of love to give, so give it freely and unconditionally. I am courageous and protective of my family and friends. So there is really like this with the dog symbol, there is really like this beautiful invitation to maybe improve your relationships with friends, with family, and maybe start opening up on a deeper level to that unconditional love, which is interesting because there is a symbol of a person that is coming out of box and seeing some new horizons. So maybe there is something that will be opening for you, or you can actively participate on opening it, opening up to new friendships, opening up to or renewing old friendships, or maybe just opening up and showing yourself up so that you can connect with something new. And most probably it is like people oriented. Yeah, I feel like this social energy coming from this. So let's pull out some more cards from the tarot and see what the story is about. It can also be for some of you because the dog is such a heart-centered energy, and you can even see the green here, so much green, which is usually connected with the heart chakra. So it can also be that you are allowing yourself to come out of a box and sharing your love with the world, sharing your vulnerability with the world, sharing your unconditional love with the world. Yeah, it can also be for some of you. Okay, so let me pull out some more cards. Oh, like jumping out. So I will pull from this part. Okay, I will go with these two. And let's see how the story deepens. So we have Magician and we have the Knight of Wands. So with the Magician cards, with the Magician card, it is almost like a magic, alchemy. It is this deep inner transformation or change. Mage is usually inviting us to see how we co-create our life. How do we participate in life? How do we use our mind to maybe create a positive change? Mage is also talking about that everything is available. Everything is available. Everything that I need is available, and I can use it wisely. How do I use my mind? How do I use my mind? How do I use the tools that I have in my life to maybe have better quality relationships? Mage is also about communication. So for some of you, it can be like improving that communication in your relationships so that your relationships can thrive. It is like heart-centered communication with the dog, heart-centered communication with your family members, with your friends. But it almost feels like when I take a look on the symbol of the vast vistas and the Knight of Wands, it almost feels like you are invited to take an action, to move forward, to come out of a box, to maybe see a new horizon in some aspect of your life that is most probably somehow connected with your heart, with heart opening, with finding new friends, new connections, or resonance with other people. And with the Mage card, it is almost like, and with the Knight of Swords actually as well, it almost feels like you are actively participating on it. You are invited to actively participate on that heart-centered communication. I still feel drawn to that box symbol. It almost feels like maybe you have been like hidden somewhere or closed somewhere, or maybe in a very tight or stressful situation or limiting situation. And now you are really invited to just like coming out. For some of you, I also feel that it could have been like that you may have been in like transformation in some kind of cocoon, and now you can expand, now you can come out, now you can take the right action with the Knight of Wands and with the Magician. Okay. Just out of curiosity, I will pull out one final card for this group. Yes, it's beautiful. There is Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is usually talking about like this sense of sadness or loss or not knowing where to go, not feeling fully like connected with life or satisfied with life. With Knight of Cups, it is like searching for that joy, searching for that peace. Yes, with Eight of Cups, we recognize that there are some beautiful things in our life, but we also have this inner feeling that something is missing. Something is missing. There is something that I can't see yet, maybe. There is something that I can't connect yet. And it almost feels like it was the box. It has been the box. And it almost feels like it is somehow connected with yourself. How you have been showing up in your life, how you have been shining in your life. It almost feels like now is time to leave something all behind, to leave that box, to leave that limitation behind, to maybe leave that sadness and grief and start gently coming back to that very heart-centered energy that the dog is bringing forth in this reading. Yes, I feel that's the message. I hope that you will find something that resonates with you. Thank you for joining me, and I will be moving to group number 2. So group number 2, for those of you who chose seal, so we have the symbol of the seal, and then we have wise leader. Wise leader, you are a beacon for others. Seal is such a beautiful symbol. Seal is like this gentle, creative energy, and there is a beautiful message on the other side of it. Indulge your imagination and creative expression and allow it to lead you on your life path. So there is invitation to creativity, to connecting with that flow of life, to connecting with maybe some specific expression, because it almost feels like creativity is working in a very unique way through everyone. So this is almost like connecting with that unique, beautiful expression that is available specifically to you, using your creativity. And there is also a message: listen more to your inner voice than to what others are saying to you. I am able to deal effectively with any obstacles in my creativity. So there is really like the overall vibe of this is, where am I stuck? in regards to my expression, creativity, the way I use my life energy, because sometimes we have feeling that this creative force is just about artistic expression, but that's very far from truth, because creativity, it is the nature of energy itself. So creativity is like life force. How do I use my life force? Do I feel any blocks in my life force? Can I use my life force effectively? Or am I placing some unhealthy limits on it? Yeah, for example, it can be as simple as if you indulge in very unhealthy food, then your body has to process that. And in that time your body is processing it, your level of vital force can be much lower than usual. So it's not always just about artistic expression or creative expression. It is also about, on a deeper level, how do I honor that life force energy that was given to me? Because everybody has a different resource. We have different body types. We live in different environments. We have different programming on some levels in regards to our cultures and in regards to different parts of the world. So how do I use wisely that what was given to me? With the seal, when we take a look on the seal and on this beautiful fat layer, it almost feels like they always have resources. They always have some kind of extra resource of energy. So how do I store that energy? How can I store that energy for maybe a time when it's not that much available? How do I work with it? Then we have a symbol of a wise leader, which is beautiful. It almost feels like on some level you may be invited to share something creatively with others that will support them, that will illuminate their own path. The fact that you are stepping into your own strength and courage, and the fact that you are learning to use your vital force and creativity in a wise way can be inspiration by itself. So there may be some kind of invitation for you to really embrace on some level this healthy leadership, this really strong, healthy warrior energy in you. And warrior energy, it is not fighting someone outside of you. It is not aggressive against anybody. That warrior archetype is about our inner battle for our natural goodness, that we are constantly and repetitively choosing our natural goodness rather than taking the shortcut, taking the shortcut and cultivating things that are not so supportive for our lives. So I will be pulling some more cards from the tarot, so let's see what will show up for you. Okay, so we have Queen of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. I will pull out one more, and there is a card of Strength, which is interesting because, let me just adjust a little bit so that you can see hopefully all the cards. I have to set my camera a little bit better next time. Okay, so Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is beautiful because Queen of Swords is like this very clear energy of communication, of cutting through things, solving things. So it can also be like something legal advisor, solve something legally, communicate something clearly. And it is beautifully connecting with the energy of the wise leader. So there is an invitation for a clear communication, for taking lead in something. So maybe It is a good time right now to solve some legal issues or some conversations that you were postponing, and it's time to have this clarity. There is also the card of the Strength, which is beautiful, which is another card of a wise leadership on some level. The Strength card is talking about, again, how do we use our creative force? How do we use it? Do we use it to follow these very basic instincts? Do we use it in a way that is not conductive, that is not supporting us? Do we somehow oppress our vital force? Or are we cooperating with it? This card is teaching us how to use that wild nature, that wild energy in us, and how to cultivate it and use it wisely. It is usually talking about some part of us that has been very deeply suppressed at the same time. And because it has been suppressed or pushed away, we were not able to use the energy. So there can also be an invitation for some of you to see what is it that has been suppressed in me. Where did I suppress maybe my voice? Where did I suppress my creativity, which is the seal again? And usually when we suppress something, it keeps coming up, coming up, coming up. And the more we suppress it, the stronger it gets. So there is an invitation to maybe see some of those shadows aspects, to see some of those mechanisms in you. And this mechanism can come from trauma, childhood, ancestors. You will have to find for yourself, maybe through a therapy or through mindfulness practice. You can find for yourself what that specifically is for you. But if you discover this part of you that was so suppressed and start connecting with it, then you will be able to take the power back. So I almost feels like you are becoming a wise leader or a very strong person that has tools, that has resilience, as you are willing to connect with this suppressed or oppressed part of yourself. And it is usually connected with healing some deep emotions like anger or resentment, pain, sorrow, loss. So there is like this invitation for this deep inner healing work. And with Seven of Pentacles, it is about patience. Seven of Pentacles is a card of patience, waiting for your harvest, seeding the right seeds in your life so that you can later on have the right results. It is like understanding that what I do now, what I do today, will one day become something bigger. And if I do the right thing now, if I do the right choices now, then in the future, something will come back to me. This is the very basic nature or symbolism of the Seven of Pentacles. So there is also an invitation to recognize what is it that I wish to keep sowing in my life, what seeds I wish to put into my life and cultivate them. Maybe with the Queen of Swords, maybe there is a chance right now in your life to receive more clarity about what you should be bringing into your life. However, the general vibe that I'm getting here is really about the vital force, about this creative force and some level of pushing a part of you away that was important. And now maybe you are invited to rediscover that with patience and see it clearly with the Queen of Swords and start communicating it clearly, yeah. Maybe you will have to let go of some habits, or maybe you will have to have some clear conversation with somebody so that you can get your power back. So that's for group number 2. I hope that you find some messages here that you can apply it to your life. Thank you for joining me, and I will be moving to the final one. Okay, so for those of you who chose donkey, such a beautiful symbol of stubbornness and resilience and trusting your guts. And then we have infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life. Okay. So I'm just connecting with the cards for a moment to see the story. I will start with the donkey because donkey is really a beautiful symbol. Donkey is teaching us about this stubborn resilience. Where do I need to be stubborn and where do I need to continue being resilient so that maybe I can connect with more abundance, so that maybe I can connect again with something that is important for me. Because donkey, it is usually like there, when you take a look on a donkey and how it behaves, and how usually people say, oh, this donkey is stubborn, it doesn't do what we want it to do. And now when you turn the perspective, being the donkey, you basically recognize that what the animal is doing is it's following its instincts. It is being very like self. Donkey is the donkey. It doesn't want to be forced. It doesn't want to be pushed. It wants to be what it is. So there is like this invitation to trust your instincts, to trust your guts. There is even a beautiful mantra on the other side. You may be accused of stubbornness. Exactly, that's what I was talking about. When your intuition indicates some danger in moving forward, however, trust yourself in spite of the judgment of others. Which is basically, this is saying, let's say that somebody is telling you, let's do this, it's a good idea. And you have this deep inner gut feeling, oh, that may not be such a good idea. Let's just wait. Let's stop and wait. That's the donkey energy. You feel instinctively that you should stop, that you should not do something, that you should not move in a certain direction. And there is an invitation to let go of the pushing of others and just really staying centered in this deep inner gut feeling and following it. Donkey is also talking about taking way too much responsibility or carrying burdens for others or participating in things that are putting you down, that you are loading yourself way too much. So there is also an invitation for this group, and again, find specifically what it means in your life. There is an invitation to stop loading yourself so much. Maybe you are taking way too much responsibility for others, or maybe you are overworking yourself. And try to find out also on a deeper level, why am I doing it? Do I feel like this false sense of responsibility for someone else or something else? There is like this need to let go of a specific burden, and it may somehow be connected with your joy, with your abundance. That maybe your abundance may have been somehow blocked, loaded with some energy that was preventing you to connect with abundance. For some of you, it may be the case. Okay, we have 7 of Cups, 6 of Swords, 10 of Swords. Wow, this is really interesting, and it's just beautifully connecting with the donkey, because 10 of Swords, this card, this final one, 10 of Swords, is like a burden, very heavy burden. It almost feels like coming to an end of yourself. Coming to an end of yourself. The version of yourself that you have been living is not working anymore. This is like ego death. Something that I have been living came to an end and I need to move forward, which is the 6 of Swords. Six of Swords is a transition card, like moving symbolically from one side of the river to the other side of the river. So it almost feels like people in this group are doing some kind of transition in their life that you may be leaving behind, or you are invited to leave behind some aspects of you that are not working anymore. It almost feels like, I am done with this. I will not carry this anymore. I wish to move forward. And the donkey is literally telling you, yeah, that's a good idea. Why should I be overloading myself all the time? I need to connect maybe with a much lighter energy of abundance, peacefulness, joy. I am somehow attracted to the symbol of these people, all these people gathering here and being happy and connecting with the abundance, picking up apples in the garden. It almost feels like for some of you, it may have been connected with people, like that you have been connected with people that were like putting you down or placing way too much responsibility on you, or way too much projects. You know, that how do I say that, when you feel like being a rock for someone, is it the right expression? Maybe not in English. Doormat. I found the right word. Like, maybe some of you have been like a doormat to others. Yeah, please do this for me, do that. Yeah, and constantly taking those burdens and that responsibility like a donkey. And now the donkey stopped and said, let's stop. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this to myself anymore. It's like, I died in it. I'm done with it. It's not working. That version of me is not working anymore. I wish to be surrounded with people who genuinely cherish me, who are sharing their love, abundance, friendship, cooperation. Yeah, it almost feels like some of you are invited to find a refuge with different people, with people who love you, with people who will cherish you, with people who will naturally share their abundance with you. So there is some kind of like transition. And with Eight of Cups, which is interesting, Eight of Cups is usually like this kind of like disillusion, not being quite sure, what is it that I should pick up? Shall I pick up this cup or that cup? It's like with Eight of Cups, it almost feels like things being cloudy, not being quite sure, what should I create, where should I go, what is it that I should be connecting with. It can also be connected with some kind of disillusion, that maybe you have experienced something that made you feel like lost or disillusioned. Maybe you trusted someone or something, and now you feel like, wow, that was a complete illusion. It was like I was completely creating illusions about certain things in my life. Maybe I was worshipping the wrong things, the wrong people. It almost feels like you have like this major waking up in your life, when maybe you recognize that you have been valuing things that didn't have any value. You know, like, let's say that you have been someone who have been valuing this like economic growth, or lots of money and luxury and vacations, and suddenly you realize that you are lonely in it, that there are no people, genuine people in it, and that there is no genuinity in it. Or maybe you have been trusting people or connecting with things in your life, and suddenly there is like this shift in consciousness. Suddenly there is like this, it's empty, and it can be connected with this delusion. What is it that I choose next? Where is it that I go? It is almost like your identity somehow was shattered. And that's a good thing in a way. It may not be an easy thing, but it may be a good thing, because you can make a transition in your life. You can suddenly maybe follow on a much deeper level your instinct. You can use your stubbornness and resilience to find something that is much more meaningful. And what I feel here, it almost feels like placing value on different things than you did in the past. Maybe you have been placing value on things like success or, these type of things. And suddenly it almost feels like completely changing perspective and coming to this much more open-hearted space in that there is like, I wish to value others. I wish to value natural resources. I wish to value different things. And it is bringing abundance. It is bringing joy, this huge shift of perception and self-perception and where you place your values in life. It almost feels like it is bringing you to a place of joy. It is bringing you to a place of connection. So I'm not saying that this is an easy one, because with 10 of Swords, it's usually like hitting the rock bottom. It's not comfortable. Yeah, it's not comfortable to hit the rock bottom. But there is, oops. But there is also like a potential with this. Yeah, a beautiful potential of a change, of transformation, and just really letting go of things that will not fulfill me. This card is also talking about, for some of you, like this constant looking for something that would fulfill me, and then there is like a disillusion. And it's like the very basic human pattern that we have. This relationship and I will be happy. This car and I will be happy. This vacation and I will be happy. And it's like a hamster wheel of a disillusion that is created by our own mind, because we are not connected with our real essence, with our natural goodness and peacefulness. So it's almost like really you are cutting through in your life through some very deep disillusions. It almost feels like receiving clarity, changing your values, maybe even changing like your ways in this world, and connecting on a much, much deeper level with things that are bringing this peaceful joy, connection. Because with this card, it almost feels like coming to your tribe, coming home. I am back home. Somewhere I lost myself. I was placing the values in things that were not important. Suddenly, I broke down and realized it. And now I have capacity to come home, which is a beautiful story, coming back home. I hope that you will find some inspiration here, something that you can take into your meditation or mindfulness or journaling maybe. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for staying with me. Oh, for such a long time. The video got very long. Thank you so much, and I will be looking forward to connecting with you in another video. Thank you, and bye-bye for now.